The information, opinions, and suggestions shared here are not investment advice. Investment advice is provided through investment advisory agreements signed between brokerage houses, management companies, non-deposit banks, and clients. The opinions on this channel are my personal opinions only. These opinions belong to me. They may not be suitable for your own financial situation or risk tolerance. Therefore, you should not make investment decisions based on the information and opinions on my channel.
Good luck to everyone. I wish you a good week. September 23, our hours are 10. What developments will we watch in both global and domestic markets this week? How did the market start the week in investment instruments this week? I will try to explain to you which band ranges I will follow. This week, I would like to express that in general the data flow is no or little, or it is a development that does not affect the markets. We expect the week to end on a calm course, where the data flow is low or there was no significant data flow. Of course, geopolitics outside. There are tensions in the Middle East. If the tension in the Middle East does not increase and there is no development that will affect the global market, we will leave behind a quiet week in terms of data this week. Boursa of Istanbul 100 index completed the week at the level of 99,900 points. Nothing happened. Last week, it tested the 10,000 point level. From there, it fell again with profit selling. My expectations regarding the 9,800 to 10,200 point range continue. If the 10.2 point level is broken upwards, the rises may continue up to the 10,380 point level. Well, I can say that the outlook on the stock market side is positive in my opinion. The week started with an increase, at the level of 34 liters 15 kur, this week in the dollar exchange rate, as I expect a profit sale in the euro-dollar parity. The band range I follow is still the same, 33.80 below, 34.20 above. I will continue to follow these band intervals in the dollar exchange rate. Especially this week, upward attacks may occur. Our red line here is will it break the 34 liters 20 kur level upwards? I will follow it closely. If it breaks the 34 liters 20 kur level upwards, I can say that it is at the 34.40 lira level. The euro-dollar parity is currently a light seller. It started the week at 111,148 level, and rose to 111.78 level. I will follow the range in euro-dollar parity. It is not a surprise to experience profit sales this week. For the information of our friends who especially need euro. Euro-dollar parity may face profit sales this week, as it rose a lot with the effect of the Fed last week. I will follow below. Level 110 level ounce gold is currently $26.21. It had risen to the level of $26.25 last week. Well, it had completed the week in last week at the level of $26.22. Today, this morning, we saw that the rise continued up to the level of $26.31. On the ounce gold side, the level of $26.16, which we expected last week, was tested, but what does it mean to us that it rose to the level of $26.31? He gave the signal that there are resistance levels above. He gave the signal that I will go a little further. So, what is a trend? Friends, there are levels of $26.36 above and then $26.48. This means that the ounce gold will continue its rise up to the level of $26.48. However, I am expecting a profit sale specifically for this week. This week, on the ounce gold side, it is $25.78. I will follow the $26.30 range. There is a $25.78 level below. There is a $25.2636 level above. There is a $25.782636 level. I will follow this week specifically. It is not a good time and take care of your property. We will definitely not let you sell it. You cannot do the transactions we do on parity. You cannot follow the current market. The positions we take are not binding on you. Gram gold is currently at the level of 29.47 lira in the free markets. Once gold continues to follow the rise. We were going to follow the 28.80 lira resistance in September, but since the $2,600 level on the ounce gold side was broken sharply upwards, gram gold tested new peaks as it received support from the $TL exchange rate. Today, this morning, gram gold rose to 29.53 lira, setting a new record. It's a refresher. It's too early to sell gold, which we foresee by the end of this year, but those who want to buy gram gold and have neglected it, will follow the ounce gold side closely, as I said in about a month, where gram ounce gold goes, gram gold goes there. Gram gold investor below your capital is ready. Become a member now and step into the cryptocurrency world with advantages. Let your era begin. We'll continue to follow the ounce gold side. The level of $25.78 on the ounce gold side, they can buy their gram gold from wherever the gram gold opposite them corresponds to. Investors who hold gold should wait. The ounce price of silver is at the level of $30.60. Due to the volatility, the week started with sellers. As I stated in my column on TV.com, I expect sales on the silver side this week as well. I expect sales on the gold side as well. There is a sale of 1.67%. Last week, silver maintained the first place on both the ounce and gram sides. Currently, the ratio has recovered again. there is a negative opening on the silver side. Here we will follow the support level of $30. I will be following the support level of $29.80 below this week. The price is currently at the level of 33.92 kur. It has increased up to 34 liters 30 kur level. Again, there is the gram price of silver, which is negatively affected by the ounce of silver. Here, I will be following the support levels of 32.80 32.50 lira specifically for this week. There is no deterioration in our expectations for the end of the year, 37 lira, and source from Rain. I can say again that silver will finish the last quarter of the year in first place again. Oil prices have started selling next week. The barrel price of oil is at $3.95. I will be following the $72-75 range over this week. Well, if there is a recovery in oil prices, it must break the $75 level upwards. Sharp fluctuations continue on the Bitcoin side. It started the week with a % increase at the level of $632. The band range I will follow here is this week's $57,500 to $63,500 range, especially the $64,500 level. Unless the level is broken upwards, we cannot talk about a bull market. So focus on the $57,500 to $63,500 range and you can follow here. In general, my positive expectations continue on the stock market side this week. Profit sales and assets against the dollar will not be a surprise. In particular, this week, I can say that I expect sales in instruments such as gold, ounce silver, ounce oil prices, euro and dollar parity against the dollar. When it falls to the support levels I just mentioned, which position should we take and how? What I will tell you specifically for this week is that the dollar index is at the level of $100.6. It does not want to fall too much below the $100 level. The dollar index here will follow the $100 to $101 range again. Since we are still maintaining the dollar position, we will not make a decision until the $25.70 level we expect is reached. We continue to wait, but since the positions we have taken are not binding on you, as I have often stated throughout the last week, do not be in a hurry to sell the gold you have. In the last quarter of the year, we will continue to see gold and silver prices breaking new records every month. Only on the ounce gold and ounce silver side, these increases we have seen that it is supported by the dollar on the gram side, but it has not received support from the dollar yet. After receiving support from the dollar, we will see the level of 3,000 lira in a short time. I had already announced my expectation for next year on Thursday last week. On the gram gold side, it will be in the range of 4,000 to 4,500 lira, with a level of $3,000 to $3,500 in 10 weeks. I still maintain my expectations about this. Last week, I summarized the markets from A to Z. Above all, this week will be a calmer market compared to last week. It will be a more optimistic market, at least if there is no geopolitical tension in the Middle East, and there is no unforeseen process, there is no problem. If the wars continue to strike again in the Middle East, the markets will get confused. We continue to follow this side closely. This week, we will closely follow the statements from the United Nations. In general, a week in which foreign policy, not money markets, will be discussed more in domestic markets is waiting for us, friends, so that's why in this week, we will see a week where foreign policy will be more at the forefront. I would like to reiterate that I expect a calm course in the money markets. I wish you a good week in advance. Good work. I greet you, your children and your family. I wish you a good day.